Hi, my name's Trudie, I'm a member of the IQBar team and I'm also one of the vloggers. This week's vlog is all about Microsoft Teams. I'll be talking about the transition from WeChat to Microsoft Teams, the different groups, the trial buddy groups, and the benefits of using Microsoft Teams. So all of our team have now moved from WeChat to Microsoft Teams, which means that all communication is now done via Outlook too, with all of our permanent staff having an IQBar.co.uk email address. The Microsoft Teams has replaced WeChat and a number of other apps that we used to use so that our communication hub has become centralised. As I mentioned, with this new platform, everybody is given a personalised email, which all notifications will be sent to, and they can access the Microsoft Teams app, which includes messages, a place to store files, an interactive calendar, an organiser, and the ability to host meetings. Trial buddies will only receive their Outlook account once they pass their trial period. The Teams app is organised to reduce the need for chat and wasted time sifting through messages to find answers. It also reduces the need for downloading loads of different apps, as everything is contained within one product, saying goodbye to Zoom and to TeamViewer. So let's have a brief chat about the user interface. Here it is. So another really important reason that we've moved to Microsoft Teams is that they need to monitor the messages just to ensure that there's no sharing of personal details or information about the buddies, including their contact details, images, etc., any discrimination, any exposure to inappropriate content that might offend others, and any unwanted contact. So by being in Teams, it's a really good way for the team to safeguard us and the others. So the idea is if there's any communication through the Teams that leads to inappropriateness, this would be leading to IQBar being liable as a company platform. So they also need to safeguard themselves as well as us, their buddies. So they've tried really hard to be fair with this and not have too much control or censorship of what's been saying. So for this reason, they've actually created an engagement group, which I'll explain how you can join if you haven't already. But they also have some rules of use that are really important, so I'm going to go through those now. So it's always important to make a note of your password, and to reset your password, you'll need to speak to Sarah about doing this. Use Teams on your computer whilst you are working. That is one of the main reasons, again, why it's there, amongst many others. Mute all the sound notifications and make sure that all the booking emails go to the others folder to ensure that only important emails are in your main folder so you don't miss anything important. You should be liking any messages you are tagged in to show that you've read them, especially in our announcements group. If you read an announcement, like it to show that you read it so the team know who's seen it. Remember not to reply to a message unless you have a query, and this will lessen everyone's work in terms of reading messages, and again, as I've said already, mean that we haven't got to sift through loads of different ones to find our answers. Remember to reply directly to a message rather than starting a new message thread when responding to someone, and this will help to decrease the number of messages that we see in the groups as well. And again, like I've said, make it easy to find the answer you're looking for. When following up on an IT issue, please reply to yourself. And lastly, please use the correct group. There are channels for the questions groups to ensure you get a response for the correct person. So I'm going to go on to now how to join the engagement group, and then I'll talk about who you should be contacting in the team. And of course, which group you should be using to contact them. So how to contact a team. Unlike our old WeChat, where you could add different members of the team and chat with anybody involved in IQBar, they've made this a lot easier with Teams, adding the title of those with additional roles to their names, which really helps when you're thinking about who should I be tagging and what's their role. So now I'm going to go through each of the main groups and just tell you a little bit about them and what they're actually for, so you know which group you should be commenting in, because it's really easy sometimes when you're in a little bit of a rush to think, which group should I use? So this is my Teams chat, and as you can see, you've got all the different groups over on this side, and as you click onto them, you have more specific groups if need be. You also have at the top of each group all these really great tabs which have different bits of information, so any seminars and things, I know I can find them here, newsletters, templates that I might need. It's really handy. I haven't got to search around for them. What's also really great is that on the Outlook tab here, You can also sign into your email account. So again, you don't actually have to go outside of this to get your notifications. So you do have an option for a chat bar, which you'll see over here, but generally we shouldn't be having these private chats. So I'll go on to explain that a little bit further later on. So let's have a look at some of the teams. We have the IT help, the same as before. In this group is when IT are helping you, and you'll know that they've acknowledged your post because, as you'll see, they will like it to let you know that they've seen it and they're working on it. We then have the notices from assistants group. Again, this is the same as before. Where course changes or last minute bookings are happening, this is where you'll be told. So they'll tag you in a post to inform you of this. And like I've mentioned already, remember to like the message so that they know that you've seen it. The teaching quality group, now there's two for this. There's general and awards. So in the general, which is where you post once an observation has been completed, and you write the name and the overall grade. And then also the awards is where we recognise buddies that we think have done really well and we put them forward for nominations. The contracted and flexi buddy questions group, this is split into different groups. So we have the general, the lesson queries, and the material uploads. General is where you put your general questions that you have. Lesson queries are specific questions about a specific lesson, and you will need to tag Sarah or Tamsin with these, or both. And material uploads is where you tag Mark for any issues with Pickaroo. So let's talk about the team and what they do. As I mentioned, in each buddy's title, it will tell you their role in the company. So Sarah, you would tag her for any general questions and urgent issues in the IQBar questions group. You can message her directly with any last minute cancellations or safeguarding issues. For Mark, he is our buddy support. So you would tag him if you need to inform someone of information about the material uploads for Pickaroo. And also there's Tamsin, so like Sarah, you would tag her in our IQBar questions group if you have a question about a lesson or in general about a specific lesson. If for some reason you needed to contact one of the management team specifically, you can find the person's email by looking at the contact bar over here on the left hand side. Also, what you can do if there's a specific person you want to contact, if you hover over that person, all of their information will come up and you can pick the method that you would like to contact that member of the team. If you want to chat with other buddies, this is where the engagement group that I've mentioned comes in really handy. So for buddies who are wanting to be part of a community for chatting and offering advice, there is the IQBar engagement group, which I'll show you on here. Here it is. This is an optional group and can be joined by adding the code that has been put in the announcement group. So I'll put that up here. If I put in... So if you want to search it, you can type up in the top engagement group, and you'll see here that Sarah's reminded us that you can go and chat in this group if you would like to. All you have to do is go to join or create a team. So when you're in Teams, down here, join or create a team, and then enter the following code. So this is the code if you'd like to join it. So IQBar are really great at being responsive to their team. A number of buddies wanted to share some personal details and to communicate with other buddies outside of the work environment via Facebook, text, etc. So what they did is, in the engagement groups, if you have to be in this to access this, they've created a wiki tab. Now if you click on the wiki tab, there'll be a table, and in here there'll be people that would like to communicate with others and a way that they would like to be communicated with. So it could be their Facebook page, for example. But it's important to remember that this will not be monitored by IQBar, and IQBar will not be liable for any issues in communication if they should occur. So the Trial Buddy group, this is a group specifically for trial buddies to interact with others and to have regular updates, and also to have that regular support and really specific support that they need. The trial buddy group is the same as the normal questions group that we have for the rest of our buddies, but a space where you can ask any questions about the process and also just ask any questions you have, because it's very likely that others that are in the training stages too will have very similar questions and be looking for similar answers. So what are the benefits? Now, I've already stated some, so I'm going to recap some of them and tell you some others. The benefits of using the Teams. So it saves you having to sift through messages to find a response or a direct message, and the notifications tab at the top means anything directed to you is really easily accessible. There's a quick reply function, meaning that any response you give or response you receive will be attached to the original message, making it really easy to trace correspondence rather than you sending a message, other messages coming through, and then there being a reply. So it's kind of disjointed. No more of that. The new liking feature means that you don't actually have to reply. Much like on Facebook or Instagram, the like button lets others know that you've seen the message without having to put a long response or really think about what you're going to say. Another really big benefit is that when you're teaching, you'll get a notification when you've been tagged, and it will come up in the corner so you don't have to look at your phone, so it's not disturbing you. Any seminar or meeting comes with the option to click attending, tentative or decline, and it sends you a reminder when the time comes for the meeting. But it also helps for us planning the meetings, as it helps the organiser to set and get a sense of the numbers who are going to be attending. Sending files is so easy. Any document, PowerPoint, PDF, audio file can be sent through the Teams app and can automatically be saved in the Files folder. So if someone, for example, uploads a new assessment PowerPoint, you can simply click on the Files tab and everything will be accessible from the history. So rather than using a third-party app for any polls and competitions, there are hundreds of add-on features on Teams, meaning that information can be gathered really quickly and efficiently in a centralised space. The search feature, which you saw me use earlier in this vlog, also means any piece of information is now easy to retrieve with a responsive search tool. So it's important to remember that IQBar don't expect buddies to have the app saved on their phone, as once outside of work, downtime is downtime. So aside from receiving email bookings, you can leave your work at your desk. I do have it on my phone because I have additional roles in the company and I like to check and I like to be able to respond to things straight away. As always, I hope that this vlog has really helped, and I hope that you're all enjoying the Teams as much as I am. Sorry WeChat, but I definitely prefer it. Happy teaching, guys. Bye.